I'm beginning to lay out the mortise in the turned leg, and I'm using the front left leg. I can tell that because I have a triangle marking here that shows that this is the left and this is the front face. So the mortise for the apron is in this face, and the mortise for the stretcher, lower stretcher, is down here on this face. So I'm just starting to mark out those mortises in this face, and I'm using my detailed drawing, which is both an orthographic view and a front view. I have the leg with the front face facing me, and then I also rotate that leg 90 degrees and show this face that has the mortises. So I know the dimensions from this drawing, and I'm beginning then to lay out these upper and lower mortises. Also note that I've just penciled in the angle that the top and bottom edges will be cut eventually, and that will give the leg its splay in the one direction. So I've been using a angle gauge to do that. This is set at 8 degrees. I usually, when I set these things, I usually have a protractor like this that I can position on the table and then match up the angle of the angle gauge. So it seems to be a little bit strong, and I'm going to loosen that up just a little bit. See if I can get a better 8-degree. Ooh, that's very good. That's very good. So yeah. So this is used to mark out this diagonal cut here, and and then this corner will be on the floor, and 3/8 down is also equal to that 8 degrees. So I've marked a 3/8 inch mark here, and then put the bevel gauge on there and draw the line. So I've got those, and I know that the mortise is a 1/2 inch down from this location here, and I have used a knife then to create a knife cut on the top and the bottom length of that mortise, and I've done the same thing here. I like to use a knife cut for these areas, because then I can set my chisel right in the knife cut and have a very accurate mortise length. Now, I've also set a marking gauge at 9/32 This is a knife edge, so it cuts it's not just a point, it's a knife cut. I like that because it works better cross grain, although this is actually long grain. So I have made the knife edge cut here at 9/32 off the face. I'm going to move, I haven't marked the width here, which means another setting on the marking gauge. But before I change the marking gauge, I'm going to go over to the end face. Here's the end face, because there's front, and so I've got an apron, an end apron or a side apron coming in out here with a mortise, and I've got a small end stretcher, side stretcher coming in down here. So I need to mark those out. Now the bevel on this is 3/8 of an inch off the edge, so I can show my cut right there. So this bottom mortise is 3/4 from the bottom edge here. So I've made a pencil mark 3/4 up. So this will be the bottom of the mortise. I'll put a knife cut there. And that mortise is 2 9/32. 2 9/32 long. So 1, 2, and 9/32 is there. And this will be the top of that mortise. And it's also 9/32 from the edge, from the back side, back face. Use the marking gauge for that. Now it's pretty hard to see if I just pencil that in. So now I've got that located. Up here I've got, this is the top edge, and from the top edge down I'm a 1/2 inch. And that mortise is 3½ inches long. 1, 2, 3½ These mortises are going to be angled in at the same angle as the cut for display. So that will be an interesting mortise to make. And again, I'm 9/32 off the face. We'll just pencil that in. Got nice cut marks here to put my chisel in. Now I can set the marking gauge to get the actual width of the mortises. They're all the same. They're all 5/16 thick. The tenons or the mortises, 5/16 inch. So that means I need 19/32. I mean, yeah, 19/32. So that's 1/32 less than 5/8. So 16, 17, 18, 19/32. There it is. And I can scribe the 5/16 width of the mortise. I will drill first on the drill press the 5/16 inch bit, and then I'll clean it up with chisels, mortising chisels and regular chisels. And here's the width on this face, 5/16. And mark that out. So those are, let me just check. I'm looking at the front face, and this leg will be splayed 8 degrees like that. There'll be an apron sitting in here at an angle, and there'll be a stretcher down here. And the face of the apron and the stretchers will be flush with the front face of the leg. Then I should see my side apron and side stretcher in this position here, and that looks exactly like what I want to have.